What's up, YouTube? It's your boy KJ. Welcome back to the channel, baby. And today I'm back with a banger, baby. Back with a banger. Today we're reacting to the best Larry Bird versus Michael Jordan story ever told. So hey, y'all know when you hear them two names, those are two greats. We want to see who's gonna come out on top of these two greats. Who's the better great? Who's the GOAT of all GOATs? I don't know. Now, if you ask me, up until now, it's always been Michael Jordan for me. But I've talked to a lot of people in the past couple of videos I did about Bird. Larry Bird was definitely their GOAT, and he has some numbers to back it up. So I want to see what this story being told by other NBA players and people around the NBA. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this thing. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, my people, and let's get right into it.
NBA Hall of Famer James Worthy, who played against both Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, said, "I'd much rather play against Michael Jordan than Larry Bird. Jordan made you look slow, but Bird made you look stupid."
Did y'all hear that? I would much rather look slow and look stupid. I'm gonna listen to that again.
Bird said, "I'd much rather play against Michael Jordan than Larry Bird. Jordan made you look slow, but Bird made you look stupid."
Dang.
Look, I'm not here to convince you that Larry Bird is better than Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I'll just present to you the facts and let the NBA legends who actually played against both of them tell you what they think.
Yeah, let's get to the facts.
People always ask me who's the hardest player I've ever had to guard. And there was Michael Jordan, George Gervin, the late, great Mike Mitchell. I mean, so many players. I always say Larry Bird. And I say this for the reason because when Michael passed the basketball, he kind of hung on his shorts and he sit off to the side. With Larry, when he passed the basketball is when he became more dangerous. He was either setting a pick, coming off a pick, catching the ball, passing the ball. So he was the one you always had to stay attentive to the whole 24 seconds of that offensive play for the Celtics. And you know what? Oh, he's going to get an offensive rebound. He was going to do something to help his team have the best chance of scoring at that point. So I always say as him, he didn't need the basketball to affect the game.
To the untrained eye, Michael Jordan.
Now that's a killer. Somebody that can move without the ball. If you can move without the ball, if you play basketball and you find ways to impact the game without the ball, you're a true baller. Because anybody can do something when the ball's in the hand. But even though it's 50-50, make a miss, right? But you find somebody that know how to play D, set picks, roll off the picks, get the garbage point, play the board. I mean, they doing all this without the ball. Man, that can impact the game.
Jordan was light years better than Larry Bird. Simply,
he's going to get an offensive rebound. He was going to do something to help his team have the best chance of scoring at that point. So I always say as him, he didn't need the basketball to affect the game.
To the untrained eye, Michael Jordan was light years better than Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Simply because his scoring numbers were better. But in actuality,
so smooth.
It was much closer than that. Because Bird affected the game in so many ways.
I saw Larry Bird one night in Phoenix. They were losing big time at the half. And they come out in the third quarter, and Larry did not take a shot, but dominated the game. He had 7 assists in the third quarter, and they came back and won the game. He could affect the game without taking a shot. Who else can you say that about to that degree? Nobody. Michael could never do that. Never. Michael had to have the ball.
Here's a 1986 magazine on the NBA.
Facts. When I look back at a lot of Michael plays, Michael had the ball. That's why you be so amazed with him, because you know he was ball dominant. The ball was gonna be in his hand. He was gonna do most of your scoring or take the ball and get you a bucket when you really needed one. That was mostly what Mike did. So, but he was good on the defensive side too. But just looking at this past clip with Larry doing all that he was doing and never even shot the ball, hey, nice argument.
NBA. And remember, this is a league with Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Charles Barkley, Isaiah Thomas, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, and Dr. J. And in the league with all of these all-time great players, everyone agreed that Larry Bird was the best because in 1984, 1985, and 1986, Larry Bird won MVP back to back to back. And
get your ass out of here. 84, 85, and 86. Did you see the talent they just named out before they said what he won? 3 years consecutive. Who? Now, sometimes you just get got. They just give you MVP, right? When they get down to some people are so close to each other. But they ain't going to give it to you 3 years in a row. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody. I would like to think that this was based off your game. You dominated all the other players. And I'm believing that's what that was coming from.
And in the 1986 playoffs, Larry Bird finally faced Michael Jordan head-to-head. And in Game 1, Michael dropped a spectacular 49 points. But Larry Bird had an all-around game with 30 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals to lead the Celtics to a victory. By Game 2, MJ had a revelation.
And this is Game 2 of the best-of-5 first-round action, and the Celtics will try to make it 2 in a row over the Bulls.
We really have to play a complete basketball game. I don't think one man can beat the Boston Celtics.
But he sure did try.
I heard that. He said, I don't think one man can beat the Boston Celtics. It sounds like Mike is coming into the point. He's coming to realize when you say something like that, I think you realizing how much that one player is affecting the game for the other team. You know what I mean? If you scored that many points and you still couldn't beat them, what does that say? You know what I mean? What does that say?
Because Jordan turned on God mode and broke the record for the most points ever scored in a playoff game.
Lead in the first half of the game against the Celtics Thursday. Jordan trying to fake Bird, can't do it. Hits the jumper, but I'm playing pretty well defensively against Jordan.
I know we started Dennis Johnson out on him, and then we went with Danny Ainge, myself, then Bill Walton, and we was trying to run him to help all the time, but he had his outside shot going so well that he really didn't need to penetrate that much.
Jordan.
Dang, Jordan was killing that night, man. They put an X on all the Boston Celtics. Let's see, did he win though? Did he win? Because we know how we feel. Scoring a bunch of points and not winning with a damn.
Hits it, 56 for Jordan, and that ties the Chicago Bulls all-time leader. Jordan with 8 on the clock. Jordan ties the game.
Oh, boy.
63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record.
Oh, boy.
Michael Jordan.
But it was an incredible playoff performance. I've never seen it before, and I had never seen it after. That wasn't Michael Jordan out there. It was God disguised as Michael Jordan.
But Larry Bird left with the most important statistic of all, the W.
Dang.
10 on the clock. Bird, pick and roll, Parrish.
Damn, Bird and Paris connected. Didn't Paris play the longest in the league out of anybody that ever played? But when Paris played in the league a long time. But to score 63 points and Bird still get the win, dog, my darn stomach would be hurting. You hear me? I wouldn't have no appetite, bro. All that effort and still got a loss? Sheesh.
Victory for the Boston Celtics to take a 2-0 lead over Chicago in their best-of-5.
Dang.
Michael Jordan didn't beat Larry Bird. You showed Michael Jordan going between his legs one time in the highlights.
Yeah.
Against Larry Bird. And that was the game he got 63.
That's when he dropped 63 on Bird.
That's when he dropped 63.
If memory serves me correct, they got swept. No, not lost. They got swept. Okay?
Dog, I know this happened for real. And everybody know the little beef that Isaiah and Jordan done had over the years. But I gotta give Isaiah his props. Isaiah did whoop Jordan ass first. Let's be real. These are facts. If it's my GOAT, I gotta be truthful on both sides of the spectrum here. I cannot say that's my GOAT. And when something didn't play to my advantage, I act like I don't see it. So, because no matter how good you are, you're still imperfect, right? But I could just see Isaiah Thomas smiling on the inside and outside when he say this. When he talk about Jordan them got swept. He's enjoying this moment.
That's true.
Even though he dropped 63, we stepped all in his ass, did we not?
Get out of here, Rob Paris.
Rest my case.
Get out of here.
Larry Bird went on to win his third championship that year.
Dang.
And the following year, when Larry faced MJ in the playoffs, it happened again.
Side. Larry Bird against Banks, rubs him around a Perry screen, drives it down the lane, and lays it in with a right hand. Michael Jordan with 30 points in this game, so he was 30 or better in all 3 playoff games. Bird's got 31 in the game and 14 in the fourth quarter. Bullseye.
Dang.
Boston has kept it in good hands in the fourth quarter. It's been Bird, and that's about it.
Man, somebody tore Bird ass up on the back of the neck.
Playoff games. Bird's got 31 in the game and 14 in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
Bullseye. Boston has kept.
Look at that, man. Somebody scratched the hell out of Bird, man. We need a medic on the damn court right now. Bird probably ain't even feeling that because he got the win.
In good hands in the fourth quarter. It's been Bird, and that's about it. Final score in Chicago Stadium. The Boston Celtics sweep the Bulls out 105-94. Too much Celtic talent, too much Celtic experience for a Bulls team lacking in both areas.
Yes.
Hold on, what did he say?
Chicago Stadium. The Boston Celtics sweep the Bulls out 105-94. Too much Celtic talent, too much.
Dang, we got swept. This is the second time the Bulls done got swept. This is before I really paid attention to the Bulls. You feel me? Like sometimes if a game like this was playing, this is early. If I just caught a smidgen of it, I don't even think the TV was clear enough to make out what was going on. But just to hear my Bulls got swept, 2 years back to back, got my belly hurting.
Celtic experience for a Bulls team lacking in both areas.
Yes, Larry Bird in back-to-back years swept Michael Jordan in the playoffs. So if Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, but Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird, then what does that make Larry Bird? Now,
that's a great question.
At that point, Michael Jordan didn't have his best teammate ever, Scottie Pippen, yet. But Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird. Then what does that make Larry Bird?
What does that make Larry Bird? Michael Jordan is the best of all time, but he never beat Larry Bird. So, if you had to go by what was going on, you would say Bird's the GOAT, right? That's what I'm thinking, you know. Just getting a dose of reality here. Now, I know Jordan did go 6 times, and he won all 6 times. That's always going to be right there, you feel me? But knowing that you couldn't beat, this dude's on Mount Rushmore, you couldn't beat him. And the Celtics were a heck of a team, too. But Jordan was a heck of a talent, but one man can't beat no 5 men by himself. And I can't say that his team wasn't good because all these are NBA players, you feel me? And they showed multiple NBA players. They showed about 8 greats. And Bird had won the MVP 3 years straight. So, Bird cold, man. Bird cold.
Now, to be fair, at that point, Michael Jordan didn't have his best teammate ever, Scottie Pippen, yet.
There go Pippen. Come on in.
Pippen arrived, the battles were closer and more intense.
Okay.
And later in the video, I'll let you see exactly what happened when Larry Bird faced a prime Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Because Larry Bird did something so miraculously impressive, no other man in the history of basketball can say they've done. But after Bird swept Jordan back-to-back years in the playoffs, that very next year in 1988, Michael Jordan had statistically the best season ever.
Okay, here we go.
He won the scoring title at 35 points per game, the steals title, the MVP, the defensive player of the year, the All-Star Game MVP, and the dunk contest.
Dog, that's a hell of a lineup, guys. MVP scoring title, All-Star Game MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, steals title, and dunk title. That man won all 6 titles that year. This was 88. What was I doing in 88? How did I miss this? My God. But see, you had to play and fail, play and get beat, play and get swept. And they were just making that hunger get more and more. You know what I'm saying? Because Michael was very competitive. So this getting his ass whooped didn't do nothing but make him great. It made him greater. You feel me? What do y'all think? Do you think that?
He faced Larry Bird 4 times that year.
Okay.
And this is how it went. Game 1, tough battle.
Okay.
Bird wins. Game 2, MJ has a historic 50-point game.
Let's go.
To win by 10.
Let's go.
Game 3, Larry's revenge. After that previous loss, I'm sure Larry Bird had that rematch circled on his calendar. Because he ended up with 33, 8, and 7 and blew MJ out by 30 points. Game 4, MJ had an impressive performance with 39 points and 8 assists.
Dang.
But Larry Legend had 44 points and 10 rebounds. But most importantly, a win versus Michael Jordan in his statistically best season ever.
Why is Bird always whooping my boy ass, man? Why is it? Game 1 went to Bird. Jordan got upset. You know he got upset. He got upset with himself. Game 2 goes to Jordan. Bird thinking to himself, I'm not going to let this cat outdo me. This is war. He come back and win game 3. But the fire must have been burning real hot in Bird, because Bird came back and won game 4 too. So we got 1 and 3. That's an automatic loss. God, dog. Just whooping my goat all over the place. This ain't even fair no more.
Best season ever. And though Michael Jordan didn't face Bird again that year in the playoffs, Jordan did face Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons. Ooh. And I'll let Isaiah Thomas tell you exactly how he recalls that year and the rest of the 80s.
So Michael Jordan in the 80s, the best year that he had was he was the MVP of the league and the defensive player of the year. I believe that was in 88.
Yes.
Right. 88.
We beat them 4-1. I'm gonna say that again. 4-1. They won 1
May I
game.
respond?
And he never beat Larry Bird. He never beat Magic and Kareem. He never won. And all I'm saying is in the 80s, what I remember in the 80s, it was Philadelphia with Dr. J, Magic, Kareem, Bird, Michael Jordan. He was a non-factor.
A non-factor.
They called my guy a non-factor in the 80s. He got his ass whooped by everybody in the 80s. It's cool, it's cool. The 80s didn't belong to MJ. It's cool. I hear y'all, you're yelling it at me. I can already see y'all writing it in the comments. That he got his ass handed to him in the 80s. I understand. I'm not going to be upset with nobody because I understand and I'm looking at it just like y'all looking at it. He could not do Bird in the 80s. He could not do Isaiah Thomas in the 80s. He's my GOAT. He just didn't win in the 80s. I don't know.
Is this your GOAT?
Yes, he is.
But after Isaiah Thomas swept MJ, he did go on to beat Larry Bird in 6 games. And many people touted the Detroit defense for holding Larry Bird to under 20 points per game. But what many don't include in that story is that Larry Bird was noticeably injured with painful bone spurs in both feet. So only because of injuries, for the first time in 5 seasons, Larry Bird would not make the NBA Finals. Starting the following year, Larry Bird had season-ending surgery on both feet after playing only 6 games. But sadly, it only got worse because that following offseason, Larry Bird broke his back and was never the same again. But even as Larry Bird's entire body betrayed him, for some reason, he always played well against Michael Jordan.
Because Michael Jordan was that GOAT. You seen something in Michael. You had to play good against Michael. You seen something in Michael. You knew he was coming. It was taking it a while to get there. It's almost like looking at your child growing up. And you see something there. It ain't quite baked out yet, but you see it coming. You know what's there. But to have double foot surgery, or surgery on both feet, and then to break your back and come back to the league, come on, guys. I gotta clap that one up. Surgery on both feet and break your back in the offseason. So that's almost like 2 seasons he missed, man. Right? Am I right?
Almost like he had a personal vendetta against Jordan. And I think I know why. When Michael Jordan was in college, he actually played an exhibition game against Larry Bird. Jordan and a bunch of college players, while preparing for the 1984 Olympics, faced Larry Bird and a bunch of NBA stars. The goal was to toughen the college kids up before they headed to the Olympics.
All right.
So during pregame warm-ups, when Jordan chased the loose ball to the other end of the court, Larry Bird picked the ball up. But instead of handing it to Jordan, Bird kicked the ball over Jordan's head to the opposite end of the court. And I guess you could say Michael Jordan took that personally.
Now look at Mosh. Really? Oh, so that's how you're going to play it. You going to do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
Damn. Bird hit his ass with the Big Sean. I don't F with you. Kick the ball to the other side. Little young punk. You're not finna be out here making me look bad. That's competition, man. That's the heat of competition. If you're getting your ass taught, you're going to feel some type of way. But one thing about it, Bird, he let that thing bake. And when Jordan got to the NBA, he gave it back to him. You know what I mean? So he won the battle, but he didn't win the war. Jordan won the battle, but he didn't win the war. Or maybe he created the war. I don't know, you know?
Michael Jordan dominated that game. A young Michael Jordan actually carried a team full of college players past a prime Larry Bird and a bunch of NBA players. Michael Jordan won the battle, but Larry Bird won the war.
Yeah.
I think Larry Bird took that loss personally because Jordan never really got the best of Larry Bird ever again.
Damn right he took that battle personal, man. You in college, I'm in the NBA. How you and a bunch of college students come in and whoop us? We in our prime. We're in our prime. We're NBA players. We're getting paid to do this. Y'all ain't getting paid nothing. Y'all embarrass us? You feels me? It ain't sweet over here. You feel me? It ain't sweet. And that's just the heat of competition. I don't think Bird gets MVP 3 times in a row if he ain't about that life when it comes to competing. So yeah, Jordan got out on him. Jordan and a bunch of college students got out on him, but it from then on it was beef. You know what I mean? When we get between them lines, I got your ass. That's all it is.
When Larry Bird finally returned to the court after missing basically an entire season with foot surgery and a back injury, he faced prime Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in a regular season game. The teams went back and forth.
Bagley against Paxson, 10 on the shot clock. Jordan on Bird. Quick feed into Jim Paxson for the layup. Larry Bird has KO the read. Jordan the steal. Scottie Pippen ahead to Jordan. Michael for the dunk. Bird against Pippen. Bird working on Pippen one-on-one. Hits the fadeaway.
All right.
And with 10 seconds to go, it was a tie game. The Celtics had the ball, and the Bulls put their two best defenders, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, both on Larry Bird, because everyone knows who the ball is going to.
You know who the ball going to.
And then this happened.
And he ain't gonna miss.
Let's see if they wind it all the way down. Inside of 10 seconds. Bird low. You can't double yet. Now you can quickly. Bird's jumper. Good.
Oh, man.
3.6 seconds left. Larry Bird gives the Boston Celtics a 2-point lead.
Everybody in this building had to know it was going on. Michael came over to help out.
Body does not look athletic at all. Moves kind of slow. Not real fast, you know what I'm saying? He hit you with that Luka Doncic, and you not going to stop his shot. That rainbow shot, Jordan them knew that guy was going to hit that shot. He don't miss. He don't miss. He don't miss, man. You might as well get you some Pepto-Bismol because your stomach going to be hurt. He ain't missing nothing.
Celtics lead with 3.6 seconds here, 102 to 100.
A game-winning shot while being double-teamed by both Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, two of the best defenders of all time.
Game-winning shot with two of the best defenders of all time holding him. Scottie Pippen shut. I done seen Scottie Pippen shut Magic down. So Scottie Pippen was like a defense specialist when he really got going. And then we already know what Jordan was coming with, Defensive Player of the Year. And Larry Bird caught that inbound man, turned around, shot that shot on the ball like they wasn't standing there. If I had a hat, I'd just take it off. I'd just take it off and tilt it to him, man, because you score on these guys, it can't even be no hating in it. If you score on these guys, you got my respect, bro. You know that. You should have anybody's respect, really. They don't tell these Bird stories. But when you go back and listen to them, my God.
Somehow the word clutch doesn't even begin to describe the greatness of Larry Bird when the game was on the line. But maybe a quote from NBA Hall of Fame coach, executive, and former player Pat Riley can explain. In an interview, when comparing Larry Bird and Michael Jordan's clutchness, Pat Riley said this iconic quote. If I had to choose a player to take a shot to save a game, I'd choose Michael Jordan.
That's what I'm talking about.
If I had to choose a player to take a shot to save my life, I'd take Larry Bird.
Checkmate. You gotta have your life to play another game. You feel me? So we already know that if I need somebody to save my life, I pick Bird. We already know he's the more pure shooter. He's the more pure scorer. He's the bigger MVP, the GOAT. Yeah.
As Larry Bird was on his last legs and Michael Jordan was starting his dynasty in 1991, Larry Bird mustered up enough strength to battle MJ again in one of the last great duels between the two.
Gamble came up with
Dang.
Here's Bird. He was met on a switch by Jordan, and they're 69, Chicago 67. Jordan eluding a triple team.
Beautiful, baby, beautiful.
Reggie Lewis. Larry Bird.
This battle between two all-time greats came down to the wire. In overtime,
you're not blocking
it was a
that
tie game with 0.4 seconds on the clock, and the Chicago Bulls had the ball.
Pippen now will look to throw in 0.4 of a second, and here it is, Jordan with the flame. Yes!
Oh my God!
But it's waved off. Will not count. Mike Mathis said no. Did not beat the clock.
Damn.
Ooh, he almost had it. After Jordan's possible game winner was waved off, Larry Bird, on 4 straight possessions in double overtime, did this.
Jordan.
It's great to hear all these coaches talk about their really.
Dog, that Jordan shot was beautiful, cuz. That was beautiful, but I'm scared that because he didn't win it right then, he ain't gonna win it now. I'm just scared he ain't gonna win it.
Larry Bird, on 4 straight possessions in double overtime, did this.
Jordan.
It's great to hear all these coaches talk about they're really concerned as Bird.
Dog, you cannot block that dude.
Building up, they want to be fresh going into the playoffs until
overtime number 2. Bird.
Man, who is holding him right now?
Heating it out to go in the second overtime. Bird with
Got the foul. That's Horace Grant, ain't it?
45 to go in the second overtime. Bird fires. Yes.
Man, ain't that Horace Grant? Bird eating Horace Grant ass up, man. Same shot, same corner every time. Maybe a couple steps off to the side, a couple steps back. I mean, he don't touch no rim, cuz. None.
The crowd couldn't help but chant the name of the greatest player of all time.
Shook his head and said, "This guy's too much."
And the chant of Larry. Lee Brown beat John Paxson off the pitch.
Damn.
And the second overtime, and that will do it. Celtics in double overtime and defeated the Chicago Bulls 135 to 132 in a wild one.
Nah, it took Pippen and a better team just to get that close, man. That's 3 points? Horace Grant got 8 alive, bruh. Jordan, Pippen, Horace Grant. Wow. It don't matter.
Celtics held on to win that game, but that year, Michael Jordan won his first championship versus Magic Johnson in the finals.
That's what I'm talking about.
His dynasty had officially begun.
Larry and I were talking, and Michael walks in, and he says, "It's a new sheriff in town."
Damn.
And we both hit each other like, well, he's not lying.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Larry Bird retired after that next season, but not before he took the court with Michael Jordan one last time. Except this time, it would be on the same team in what many would call the greatest team ever assembled, the 1992
Chris Laettner.
And rebounded by Jordan.
Perez may have realized that may be his best opportunity to get an open look in transition.
Magic with the pass that misfired. Jordan with the behind the back save. Here's Bird.
That darn Bird.
And you just knew that Larry Bird was not going to miss that shot after the great save.
No, he wasn't going to miss it.
Larry, I hate that you're retiring. Thank goodness. I'm glad. I'm tired of seeing your face. Well, a lot of sad memories to me, but I enjoyed you tremendously. I wish you a lot of luck, and I think you had a very wonderful career, even though you probably ruined a lot of my successful games against the Boston Celtics. And I'll see you somewhere along the road, somewhere playing golf.
Even though he dropped 63, we stepped all in his ass, did we not? I rest my case.
Many players.
Dog. My God.
Present to you the facts and let
There you go, people. There you go. I don't know what to say. That story was a whole lot of Bird and a whole lot of Jordan getting beat. So I don't know what to say. It just showed me it's a whole part of an era I didn't even know it played out like it did. So you gotta give Bird his props. Before Jordan became who he was, Bird was that guy. And for a lot of people, he still is that guy. So I don't know, man. Some of y'all, it's gonna come down to 1 and 2, or it's gonna be 1 and 2 with those two. Bird and Jordan, Jordan and Bird. But Bird just blasted him. I mean, man, my God never beat him, man. Never. And I'm talking about as good as he is, he never beat him. That say something about him, man. That say a lot about Bird. But hey, you guys, jump in the comments. Let me know if you like the video. This won't be the last Larry Bird video. I'm gonna be doing some more, react to some more of his videos because they talk about him quite a bit throughout the NBA. But you have to. I want to hear. I'm always diving into the story of what the NBA players said about him because you don't hear a lot about it today. So I'm having to go back. And I appreciate y'all for tagging certain videos in the comments. That make it easy for me to go find them. So I appreciate that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy KJ, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, baby. Peace.